the Ahoms ruled for 600 years in Assam, and they kept it largely an impregnable fortress, barring a couple of attacks, Mir Jumla and others. The documentation in Assam is so beautifully captured. I was so pleasantly surprised to see what are called the Buranjis, which are the chronicles. There are multiple editions of these covering almost the entire span of their rule. Today, if Vaishnav, Satras and so on in Assam, Manipur, that entire region, it's all because of these roots of the Ahoms and the Meiteis and these people.
Going to the northeast part, when we talk about the Ahom kingdoms, the Meiteis, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Tell me something about that before we conclude.
I mean, the Ahoms ruled for 600 years in Assam, and they kept it largely an impregnable fortress, barring a couple of attacks, Mir Jumla and others. Assam was not conquered, and the large part of western Assam, which Mir Jumla conquered during Aurangzeb's time, was within a matter of 10 years, 12 years. The Ahoms completely reorganized themselves, built themselves from scratch under their ruler Chakradhwaj Singha and his commander Lachit Borphukon. And we have the Battle of Saraighat, where the Mughals were beaten black and blue and sent back. Raja Ram Singh of Jaipur, who's sent with a huge army by Aurangzeb to conquer the Kamrup back, he's defeated completely. And this again doesn't... nobody knows about now. As I said, of course, thanks to all these efforts, we have the 400th year of Lachit Divas being celebrated,
and Himanta Sarma has picked it up and made it his life's mission. I'm so glad.
And I think he's also written to all the chief ministers of all states that they should include one chapter of Lachit Borphukon in their respective school curriculum. The entire details of Lachit from the Assam Buranjis, the documentation in Assam is so beautifully captured. I was so pleasantly surprised to see what are called the Buranjis, which are the chronicles. There are multiple editions of these covering almost the entire span of their rule. And these have been digitized. The previous Assam governments, all of them have done a lot of work on restoration of this. But why is mainstream? What is mainstream, first of all?
Yeah.
Why is mainstream India not listening to these stories?
Yeah.
Similarly, the Meitei rulers, I talk about Pamheba in the book.
Nagaland and Manipur. Both.
Yeah.
It spans both.
Yes, the borders are different from what they are now. So
correct.
that entire region, Pamheba was the one who introduced Hinduism in Manipur. And then his successor, whom I cover in the book, Bhagyachandra Jai Singh, brings this whole Vaishnav Sampradaya, the Manipuri Ras Leela that you see today, the Nata Sankirtana. All of that happens under him. The Govindji, Sri Govindji in Manipur was established by him. He offers his own daughter as Radha because the idol of Radha could not be sculpted on time for the installation, and they all wonder what to do, and he offers his own little young daughter as Radha and creates this dance form. So while on the one hand, he is also keeping the Burmese armies at check, who are constantly invading Manipur. There's a toss of the throne between the two Meiteis and the Burmese. But at the same time, he's also doing a spiritual and cultural renaissance. The name Manipur also is very Sanskritic name, is given to the kingdom by him. And today, if Vaishnav, Satras and so on in Assam, Manipur, that entire region, it's all because of these roots of the Ahoms and the Meiteis and these people. So the civilizational heroes that I spoke of may not be in the traditional sense of going to a battlefield and fighting, but keeping your faith alive and probably creating a renaissance there in the wake of adversities and calamities. I think that's where their contribution becomes so important. But again, we don't know much about them, we don't read about them.